What would you do if you were running a business that has an insurmountable amount of debt you would likely never be able to pay in your lifetime, but you still have big, hairy, audacious goals to accomplish and no way to pay for it? Welcome to Life in Perspective. I'm Joseph Yeager, and this is another Perspective on Life. Would you lay off employees, cut expenses, borrow as much as you can and invest in advertising, work longer hours? We can go on, and still some of us would end up shutting down for good. I can't speak for you, but here is what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't lay off employees and pay them twice as much to sit home and do nothing, and then hire a whole lot of new ones to spy on their spending habits and tax them to death. I wouldn't borrow from my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren money they didn't have and pay them little to no interest on it, while I go on a frivolous spending spree and give away a whole lot of perfectly good equipment to my competitors for free. I wouldn't raise my prices to the point most people couldn't afford to buy basic necessity or a lot less of them, and I would certainly not tack on additional taxes and hidden fees to make up for my inability and incompetence at running a business. And I certainly wouldn't partner up with loan sharks and mobsters in faraway places and hand over large chunks of my business in exchange for a big fat sack of shekels, leaving a huge mess for everyone else to clean up. I bet my parting chant would also be, "Let's go Brandon." Please consider subscribing to the channel. You may also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. What I just described, for those of you who are not politically inclined, is how our beloved country is being run by its current so-called president and CEO and board of directors. It looks a lot more like a repeat of Enron, with the incessant greed and enrichments of its inner circle, while very poorly trying to sugarcoat through its corrupt PR department, otherwise known as mainstream media, and thousands of pages of self-interest un-American legislation, their true agenda of turning this into a socialist panacea called the defunct states of America. We are the ones paying for it, whether we like or agree with it, and if we don't wake up and nip it at the bud, what we lose will be near impossible to retrieve. I don't have children of my own, but it doesn't mean that I want future generations to pick up the countless broken pieces of the dreams previous generations fought for and our generation destroyed. To be weighed down by a messy uphill battle to restore the way of life so many worldwide hope for and risk their lives to experience. As infuriating as the current state of affairs may be these days, it's encouraging to see a defiant nation united in its battle cry of "Let's go Brandon," and the media, in a desperate attempt to cover for this incompetence of historic proportions, fall flat on its face. Of course, it's not stopping the possessed instigators of this lunacy from continuing to desperately push their agenda through, but the fact that there is resistance and non-compliance at every turn brings a smile to my face. I'm optimistic that this might be a year of cheer, after all. Please like, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know what topics you would like my perspective on in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.